Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the cave. So we're doing the twins section, which seems like you do this whole section by yourself with just these characters, which puts you in a different position than any other part of the game. So the thing I want to do, I guess, is we've got to put out the chimney to come down the chimney to get the skeleton key to unlock a bunch of other things. There's all the doors are locked, and oddly, the mother,
I heard upstairs.
like the. There we go. That's what we needed to do. It's a little funny that it took that.
I don't think those kids are as sweet and innocent as their pasty white skin and vapid, soulless eyes devoid of life would suggest.
So that opened the door. Now we have an empty chamber pot, which I guess if we go to the shower, we will fill up with water, which we can pour down the chimney to go down the chimney. Alright, I think I kind of know what we're doing now. I hate the climbing animation here, and they tried to differentiate it. So we're going to scold the guy who's taking the shower. I don't know who that even is. But whatever. So far we've jumped on the bed and broken things. Yes, there was an achievement for breaking all the furniture. So as we go upwards, we'll try and see if there's any other pieces of furniture that can be jumped on or broken. We came in through here. And most of these doors are locked. Far too many doors are locked, frankly. Like it really is way too many locked doors. Way too much climbing up and down. Way too much jumping. And that's sort of half of all that is here. Let's see. Now over here, is there anything we could break? This is where we want to go eventually. We also haven't really seen a lot of those collectibles, and I bet that is probably specifically because we can't enter this area if we don't have the twins. So the twins cave painting would be the only thing that you could put in this section. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I would believe that each of these sections were made by the same team or the same person. It could be that each section was handed to a different person, and that's why some things do things a little bit differently. Or it could have been that maybe they were trying to do things way differently. Here's a weird
I'd make a Mary
design.
Poppins joke right now, except that it's not in the public domain, and I don't want to get sued. Again.
So there you have an Alice in Wonderland reference over there on the left. While he's making a Mary Poppins Disney joke. So we've got the skeleton key.
Well, the twins have the run of the house now. What kind of mischief will they get into next?
So, yeah, we should be fairly capable now with the key to get everywhere we need to go. So we just need to look around and decide what we actually need to do. It probably wouldn't have been a bad idea if each section was kind of like this, but then it would kind of suck too.
Look, I don't want to stereotype here, but has there ever been a set of twins that weren't evil?
That kind of glitched. This should do the trick. So now they're gonna poison the whole family, apparently, by using rat poison in the soup. And that's 2 pieces of furniture broken. Nothing to interact with over here. This is the front door, right? This level's so vertical, and the fact that you just have no map is a pain. And he's not gonna let you go through to unlock the door.
If you stay inside without a fuss, I'll buy you each another pony.
So they don't really make it out like the parents are particularly horrible. They're probably just parents that didn't pay any attention to their kids.
We have now reached the grimmest part of our grim story. For that small box shoved into the corner is the ticket out of this house for the twins. Let's watch, shall we? If you dare.
Okay. So the steam will kill him, which it would have been better, frankly, to not kill the characters at any point, even when like landing on the spikes. If they just go ouch and bounce back to a checkpoint, that
Please, stop your
that would be closer to.
Twins hate that barking.
So here's a guard dog. Are we supposed to do something with the guard dog? I mean, we got the femur. So, I believe it is only at this point now that you would have had to remember that we moved the guard dog out of the way. Let's see, can she get a pile of bones? Yep, she has a femur too. We can all have femurs, I guess. That's really a terrible point. So the guard dog was moved out of the way so that you could supposedly remember that happened. I'm gonna put down this, and then I'm gonna grab a femur too. And what do these guys have in their inventory? So all 3 of us now have femurs in our hands for half a second. In case there was some kind of achievement around that. I don't think there really is.
Almost ready.
And then over here is a switch. Is how we're going to get out of this area later on. But first, we have to get down this way.
Oh, I love soup.
And turn off the steam. And there's like a Bill and Ted's phone booth. Something again that didn't really need to be animated. And here's a future time traveler door, and we don't have the time traveler, so we can't go that route. There's way too much stuff that's animated in this for kind of no reason. Steam valve. Maybe a
We should move to the country.
slight reference to Valve, but that wouldn't really make a lot of sense because I'm fairly certain this didn't publish specifically on PC or Valve any earlier. If anything, it came to Valve, I'd imagine, later.
If one were to examine this box of rat poison carefully, the instructions would read, "One small thimbleful added to food will cause intense, horrifying, and excruciating death. Side effects include tingling, blurred vision, occasional dryness of the mouth, and getting to go outside and play."
Okay. So, do we just put in the food?
Oh dear. Oh, this soup is for us, not the rats. Oh, go play with that rat poison somewhere else.
Okay. Poison the dog. How can we then trigger the mother to not pay attention? I imagine the mother doesn't pay attention much anyways. What have we not interacted with? That is the question. I guess what we could do is come over to this character and see if maybe we can do something to antagonize the dog or make him eat a second time. Not with that character and her can of corn. I still have the femur, so maybe the femur can work with the dog.
Be quiet.
Okay, yeah. So it is the femur that's needed to distract Mummy.
Please, stop your barking. You know how much the twins hate that barking.
Okay.
Soup is ready and it smells delightfully delicious. Why don't you two darlings go wash up for dinner? Don't take too long or we might start without you.
So, wash up, I assume, is this one bathroom.
Doing as they're told? The twins might be turning over a new leaf.
Okay. Seems like the guard dog isn't going to eat the food, unfortunately. So he just killed the parents.
This is why I never had kids. Well, that and being a cave with no real form of reproduction. But that's beside the point. The point is, the twins, well, I don't know if there is a point to their madness. But they may find their newfound freedom comes at a cost greater than they're capable of imagining. And as with the rest of our travelers, and perhaps even you, I guess only time will tell. Shall we continue our journey? It's been so enlightening thus far.
Where do we
I can't
leave
wait
the
to
key?
see what happens next.
That's the question. Where do we leave the skeleton key? It doesn't look like there's any other piece of furniture to break. So yeah, pretty dark story. Murderous, crazy kids. Well, the other characters are adults, and so it's a little bit more excusable to tell a story of murderous adults than it is murderous kids. kids do kill on very rare occasions, but most of the time society will just chalk it up to an accident or choose not to talk about it, so it very rarely comes out. Let's see. Alright. And there it fast traveled those two characters, even though they were in the same place. So, forward we go. I probably wouldn't want to redo the kid's story again, because it's just too much jumping up and down. I didn't even need to use my ability, did I? It really is a lot of movement there. And this brings us to the zoo section.
Ah, the zoo. Observe nature's wondrous.
Be interesting to see if we can rush through this.
You aren't getting away this time, beast.
And the beast just grabbed the kids, by the way.
This place is a nightmare. I hate zoos. No, I never like zoos. Never.
Alright. We actually, I don't think, need to get over here yet, so let's not bother with that. See if we can do this as efficiently as possible.
Beast Hunter Podcast, day 541. The Crystal Cave monster escaped again. She's still hungry, so I'm camped out near her favorite food. I hear her shriek and roar. The hunter's
There's
on.
no way of skipping this.
Oh, blast. This worthless gizmo is out of batteries. Hey, who are you? Don't touch those hot dogs.
Alright, we're not going to touch the hot dog. We're going to take the recorder. We're going to run this direction. We're going to try to be fairly careful to get all the cave paintings. Spikes and snakes and spikes. Did she booby trap the place? Is there is a hackable console over there, isn't it? You can just leave that there actually.
Oh, look, they're safe after all. Surely there are no limits to the charity and altruism this pair can bring to the world now that they've been reunited.
We haven't even seen the scientist's story, so some of the condemnation that the cave is implying in his tone doesn't even really line up. Let's see. And I think last time I pushed it here. I don't know if it really needed to be pushed there or not. Could have pushed it the other direction. Interesting. I can still switch between them. Alright. We'll do that later. There's a lot of we'll do that later stuff in this. So we have to do some major catch up as far as the adventurer and the scientist, considering how there really were only 2 collectible cave paintings in the kids section.
Ah, these 3. I had high hopes when they first arrived, but you'd be surprised how useless a clown can be in a high-pressure life-and-death situation.
Let's see, down this direction we go. It would be nice if we could throw items instead of just dropping them. But that's not the case. And that would have been just
Pro
yet
tip,
another feature.
That battery probably needs a charge. Its owner hasn't had much chance to maintain it recently.
Alright, so now we do our hack door control. And that just opens the door for us. A multitude of offers. We have to remember what the lineup for this was, even because it's been so long. Theoretical research, experimental research, discovery, unlimited power, and then we missed one, and then a multitude of offers. It seems we missed one. Okay, with that kind of condemns us to play with the scientist in the final run, which is probably not a big deal, really. So then up this direction to get hit by the electric eels. Maybe we'll see a scientist's cave painting on the other side of the electric eels, and then all will be well. Top prize in science. So that was the one we missed. Alright, good. So we're not doomed to play with the scientist if it turns out the scientist's section is particularly...
Well, it looks like that battery is all charged up now. Well, a little weird it took 2 shocks for that to happen. Alright, so... And then this is the weird thing where you put it down. This is like more evidence that this wasn't a one person in charge of all the design as far as how the gameplay mechanics work and how the puzzles work. Alright, pick that up now. That should be fine. Well, whatever else happens down here, our heroes could always consider careers as nature documentarians.
Just trying to rush through this as quickly as possible, and these are not like easily cheatable.
I am here without a camera.
Definitely not easily cheatable sections.
No matter. Valor waits for no woman.
And it's not like there was an item or something that would have made sense there.
All of that for a Frankfurter. Well, at least it's kosher.
There is a thought here also with the twins puzzle that we just did. The skeleton key I don't think you could have held on to, so the femur really would have been the only object that you could have used. And again, we're going to do something weird here that's not really done in any of the other section. I know there's an achievement for getting all 3 of your characters to smell like a dinosaur, so since we didn't do that in the first attempt, we kind of know
I
that
suppose it's true what they say.
if we were going to try and get that, we'd have to go back and play the time travel section again.
Dreams and desires.
Which the time travel section is a little long too. They're all a little too long, come to think of it. Like, none of them really wrap up nicely. And now we are in a completely different area to do the scientist area. And let's think about Whether we want the kids to hold on to a weenie. That's about all that they could hold on to. Right. And we're going into like a nuclear silo.
I know what you're thinking. I've tried to keep the cave a nuclear-free zone, but I don't have control over the darkness that lurks in the hearts of those who venture down here. Worry not. Someone would have to do something pretty stupid and careless to launch that thing. Yeah, I'm not buying that either.
So there's some major impact here. If we shoot off a nuclear missile from the cave, we might blow up the cave, and I don't know if that would really hurt or damage the cave in any way. There's just a long path here of walking, and then a grog machine, which we've already seen a grog machine before. This is kind of a reference.
This is a dead end. We might be spared nuclear Armageddon simply because someone forgot to put in a door. Let's hope laziness and apathy take over, and they leave the way they came in.
So this is... You have to hack the grog machine. This is like a reference to the end of Monkey Island 2.
256-bit RSA symmetric key algorithm. The scientist has certainly built up some elite hacking skills, which, as I'm sure we're all about to find out, are not always used for good. Well, there's not much we can do now but sit back and watch the fireworks. And by fireworks, I mean a near instantaneous release of energy from a high-speed nuclear chain reaction of highly enriched weapons-grade uranium.
The water shifted, and the subtitles are like, when it loaded in, it kind of shifted downward, it looked like. Yeah, not a lot here, just a lot of walking. But this might be a super simplistic path, so you might want to play as the scientist, soon to be 100% parent free. We've already seen that. That bad placement, frankly, for some of these cave paintings. There's really no reason to show us the story that we've already seen, or could have possibly already seen, just based on the location. And when we are done with this section, is there another section? We still have to get to the island. We still have to put up with all of that. And that's still something. We're going up, and we're seeing definitely there's more things over here on the side. We need 3 keyholes to activate 3 things. And they
System override. Lower blast door is now open.
So
They
she
didn't
got
want
that
us
blast
to-
door open without causing wanton havoc and senseless destruction after all. I might have misjudged her.
Maybe we go back and close the blast door.
Lower blast door is now open.
I guess they didn't want you to.
Lower blast door is now open.
Guess they didn't want you to have to go up and down this elevator too many times.
Missile launch systems engaged. Missile boosters engaged. Insert warhead to commence launch. Insert guidance system to commence launch.
I fear nuclear missiles are like potato chips to her. She can't launch just one.
I don't know if you're really supposed to be going all the way up. No, that's
Launch
the
pre-sequence
thing.
initiated. Opening bunker interior bulkhead. Advise emergency procedure 0451.
Yeah. Apparently something triggered that, and And so it's going to now be a faster, another long trip all the way up. So with any luck, we run through this final section, and then there was only really the monk section after this point. But we'll have to run through 2 other sections to get through that, and I suspect maybe the paladin and the hillbilly are kind of the shortest options there. Maybe it's the paladin and the scientist even. And we're gonna, after this point, after doing the scientist section, we're still gonna have to do the island section, and we're still gonna have to do the wrap up. So we would have to rush fairly quickly to get that done in about 30 minutes. And we're only missing 1 more from the twins and 2 more from the other 2 as far as cave paintings. So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to wrap this episode up. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to friend me further, if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.